Top 5 standouts at the Texans OTAs. Let's talk about it.
Go.
Oh, yeah. We back up in this thing. Guys, you're welcome. You're welcome. We did it. Our last episode, we just complaining about Steph not being at OTAs, at the voluntary OTAs.
We moved that needle.
We moved the fucking needle. You're welcome, Texans fans. All right, we got y'all, man. Just whenever you got a problem, you already know. Holla at your boy. Yes, sir. Yeah, Bull Run Sports. Got y'all, man. It's what you in right now. You locked in the Bull Run Sports, the most entertaining Texans podcast that you're gonna find on these interwebs. There's a lot of great Texans podcasts. They're gonna give you a lot of good and useful information, all right. But it ain't gonna be nowhere near as entertaining as this shit right here.
Nobody's talk shit like we talk shit. That's for damn sure.
Come on. All right, as always, joined by your boy Tricky. Got your boy Omar over here. Y'all check him out over at Retro Sports as well, man. Retro Hoops, my bad. Retro Hoops, man. Yes, sir. Man. What up, my brother? You good?
Man, happy to be back. Took a little bit of hiatus. We'll touch on that in a little while, but man, just feeling good and catching up over the last couple of days just on everything going on. So we got a lot to talk about. So yeah, I'm pretty happy.
A lot to talk about. A lot has happened since the last time that we appeared, man. So we're gonna talk about it, bro. Like we touched on just a second ago. Stefon Diggs, not only was he out on the practice field looking amazing,
right?
Balling out like we would expect.
Yeah. As much as we can expect them to be balling out with no pads, 7-on-7. You know what I mean? Like making the movements that we wanted to see, making the catches that we wanted to see. So yeah, I was pretty excited to see him out there taking reps with the teams, and actually, interacting with everybody, which was good. And then obviously he did the press conference afterwards.
Yeah,
where he got into details about his departure from Buffalo. And the way did you catch that, by the way, like bits and pieces of it?
Yeah,
dude, the way he was talking about his time at Buffalo, where he was like, yeah, I ended up at Buffalo, but I know it wasn't like, I wasn't really supposed to, like, I kind of just got sent to Buffalo, and shout out to what's the quarterback over there? Josh Allen, where he was like, if it wasn't for Josh Allen, I wouldn't be where I'm at now. So it's like one of those things where it's like, how do you read all of this? You know what I mean? Like, how's this supposed to pan out?
Exactly, bruh. It's like he's trying to say all the right things, but he's still sprinkling in a little bit of shade.
Exactly. His mic drop moment was like, if you see him, tell him I got a hug and a kiss for him. And then then he just walks off. It's like,
oh, he's a character, bruh. Like, you could tell that his PR people, or he was at least telling himself, like, look, I'm gonna finally get up here. I'm gonna do this press conference. I'm gonna just keep it PG. I'm gonna keep everything like PC and try to say all the right stuff, man. But every now and then, like, that little bit of sass, like came out, bro. Yeah,
the little, you know what I mean? Where he just had to kind of get his in. But yeah, either way it goes, man. I mean, the fact of the matter, you strip away all the baggage that he's bringing over from Buffalo. You strip away all the antics, all the diva talk, and all that stuff.
Yeah,
the man can ball.
That's all that matters.
And at the end of the day, that's what we need him to do, right?
Yeah, that's all that matters, bro. Yeah. I don't give a damn what he say. I don't give a damn what he say, bro. Just ball out on that field.
That's right. Get those catches, get those touchdowns. Help us get to these, get to the regular season. Stay healthy, more importantly, more than anything.
Yes, sir.
And then let's get ready for that postseason run and ready for that Super Bowl run that we keep talking about.
He had a lot of good things to say about the wide receiving core, man. Which all of them are kind of saying the same things, bro. We've been talking a lot, about like who you gonna double team, all of the weapons that's on the field. But I do like I say, like we've been talking about, bro. It's OTAs. It's still early June,
right.
They saying all the right things right now, but they are very complimentary of each other.
Yeah,
Nico got his new deal. Steph, that was a little worried, right? That Stefon was gonna be a little salty about the money that he got, but he came out in the press conference. He was like, "Yo, I'm happy for the brother.
Right.
He said that he got the number one talent. Tank got number one talent. He even complimented John Mechie.
Right. Right. Yeah.
Everybody's been high on John Mechie, bro. Like that's CJ's guys. Like we thought he might be on the chopping block, but it seemed like he might be here.
So yeah, and that's the thing about OTAs, right? It's like going into it, you kind of have your ideas of who's going to be who, right? Especially if it's people that are coming back from the previous season where they had such a successful season last year. Many of those guys young, many of those guys new, many of those guys that are 1-2 year veterans that haven't been around, that don't have this long resume just yet. So you kind of get an idea, right? Especially like Tank Dell, for example, right? Like we knew coming into OTAs, I mean, had he not had that unfortunate incident, he probably would have been there day one, right? And getting heavy in the mix, right? And so I think
because out there, that's what's
that's what I'm saying. So,
yeah,
right. So like, but there was a lot of like uncertainty surrounding what was happening with him, right? Because of everything that he had been through, right? And then. So like guys like that, you kind of already know where they stand, right? You already know. So if like seeing Tank Dell out there running around, taking reps with the ones and all that stuff, connecting with CJ the way that he was connecting, catching the balls the way that he was catching, running the way that he was running.
Yeah.
It felt good to see him doing all of that. But had he not been through the injury as well as the shooting and all that stuff, that would have just been par for the course, right? We would have just been like, well, of course he's doing that, right?
Yeah.
But like a guy like Mechie who like, or even like I was telling you earlier about the cornerback Lassiter, right?
Yeah.
Lassiter, second round draft pick out there taking tons of reps with the first team.
Yeah.
On Stefon Diggs, right? Making moves, making plays, getting breakups.
Sir. Yes.
And so those are the things that coming out of OTAs, going into OTAs, I would have never thought that he was going to be taking reps like that, especially opposite of Diggs, right? I mean, you got Jeff Okudah, you got Henderson, who are both former first round picks, top 10 first round picks. You got them on your squad.
You hoping you can obviously Miko's hoping he can recapture some of that talent. He said, he's like, look, I don't care what you've done previously in the NFL so far. You come here, you get a clean slate, get on that field, you ball. Like you play. So yeah, they're like you touched on it. This is first round talent.
Yes.
That you're getting out there on that field, hoping that hey, one of these guys will stand out that can play opposite Derek Stingley, because we know Sting is the man.
Sting's the man, right?
Sting's gonna lock down that other side of the field. Right. But to your point, Lassiter has been the one that's kind of been talked about as a standout, out there at practices. Going against guys, bro, it's like that damn when you got elite talent, when you're going against elite talent, like I'm not comparing any of these guys to these Hall of Famers now, so people to come at me in the comments, but when you got top level talent going against each other in practice, that just ups the level of game. So it's like when you got people like T.O. or when Jerry Rice was going against Deion Sanders at practice and stuff like that, that just elevates both of their games.
Right. Steel sharpens steel, man.
Steel sharpens steel, baby.
Exactly. Yeah. And I mean, anytime that you can get reps with a guy like Diggs as a cornerback, that's who you're trying to cover. Yeah. It's like, come on, man. Like, guys that are playing at a very high level, anybody else that they put in front of you, it's like, come on, man. I practice with Stefon Diggs.
Yeah,
right.
Exactly.
It's like you're not going to show me anything that's not spectacular that I'm not. You know what I mean? Like I can cover Diggs.
Yeah.
Right. So if I can cover Diggs, I'm definitely covering.
I'm gonna cover your ass. Like,
exactly.
Come on, bro.
Yeah.
Come on.
So it was good, man. It was good to see.
Yeah.
I was really happy to see. I mean, Lassiter. Second round draft pick. Didn't really shine in at the combine. I think he ran like a 4.6 or 4.7.
That's been a knock, man. And we touched on it. That's been a knock on him, saying that he's slow, but he has instinctual ball skills, from what I've heard. Like he can kind of pinpoint the ball hawk it, do what you need him to do as a freaking cornerback. You know what I'm saying? So he makes the for it.
Cornerback 40 times is like, don't get me wrong, it's great, right? Like you don't want your cornerbacks to get burned, obviously,
of course,
right?
For sure. For sure.
But your cornerback only has to be as fast as the receiver that's in front of him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's so much more to that because most of the time those guys are backpedaling. Like, it's how quick he can get out of his stance, out of his position. Like all of those things. If you didn't run a fast 40, but you can transition way smoother than some of these other guys that are running 4.3s and 4.4s.
Yeah.
Then to me, those two kind of, I don't want to say they cancel out, but you can substitute one for the other, right? And it ultimately just, as long as you can be a complete player and a complete cornerback, the rest of it, I mean, I don't want to say it doesn't matter, but you can kind of take your pick on what you want these guys to be doing ultimately. But I don't know. I was just really happy to see him out there taking more reps with the first team than what a normal second round draft. What did he get drafted at? I think he was like the 40th pick or something like that. Yeah, pick 42. Second round, pick 42. I don't know. I was just happy to see him out there taking and again, balling, making plays, getting breakups, knocking down passes against Stefon Diggs. So
yeah, man,
it was good.
Yeah,
big stand.
It's a good deal, man. What you don't like to see, like we talked about the first round talent, the CJ Henderson and Jeff Okudah, you don't like to see them out there getting burnt because obviously you still want good quality depth at that position because that is such a valuable position, right? So with that being the case, it's still early June, like we talk about,
Right, it is.
And there's still offseason moves that Nick Caserio could make. And the rumor is that he's not done. And if he is going to bring in someone, it is going to be another corner, right? So some of the rumors have been maybe bringing back Steven Nelson, who was with us last year, had a pretty good season. He just retired. I think it was just yesterday. He's out of there. After the Milk Dud comment,
that's kind of new. Wait a second. Did he retire?
Yeah.
It's like when a coach's like, "Hey, buddy, I think you should retire." It's like, I think you should retire. Well,
you ain't coming back here. you ain't got to go home, but you got to get the hell out
of here.
Yeah, he burnt that bridge, bro.
Yeah,
he went out in spectacular fashion. So
no, he wasn't. Your coach Milk Dud, man. Come on.
Yeah, that was seemingly a wrap on that one. So
for sure.
Steven Nelson's not coming. I think the heavy favorite throughout the city that everybody kind of wants to see the Texans sign is Xavier Howard. And throughout this whole offseason, when Miami cut Howard, bro, it was like, yo, go get this man right now. And why would they do that?
From Miami?
From Miami. And recently, recently some news just came out talking about Xavier Howard. Got a little bit of a scandal on his hand, man.
A little bit, yeah.
Sending some explicit photos and stuff to a kid. Now, it's not funny. My bad. Excuse me for laughing.
Stop laughing. Stop laughing.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong. I know, man. Correct me if I'm wrong. I don't remember the exact story, and shame on me, but it's like he was salty about
how is accused circulating photos and videos of himself and another woman to humiliate them.
Yeah. But he sent it to the kid. He sent it to the kid to, like, I guess, embarrass the mom of
something
the kid.
Like that. Yeah,
bro. It's
like, I mean, like, all right. So, in my opinion, he's not coming to Houston.
No,
and I think if they did have some desire to bring him over, that because this just happened like what, a couple days ago, right?
Well, it just came out. It just came out public.
Well, that's what I mean. Yeah. The fact that it just came out. So I don't see the Texans and Caserio really, bending over backwards to bring a guy like that over.
It makes sense why Miami probably cut him now.
Exactly.
It's like, he still can ball. This is one of the this is a Pro Bowl caliber talent at cornerback, man.
Right.
So
everything's kind of lining up. Definitely not happening.
No.
Definitely not happening. He likes it. He likes his people squeaky clean.
Yeah.
He don't want the what did he?
You would have had JJ Watt play every position.
Hey, yo, speaking of JJ Watt, this is something we didn't talk about pre-show, but I was watching Up and Adams. Have you seen that show Up and Adams on
Oh yeah, I like
Kay Adams? Yeah.
Yeah, man.
So she had on. Yeah. She had on Caserio recently.
Okay.
And just talking about, man, she started rattling off his resume, dude. Holy crap. Caserio's is
what are you looking
impressive.
like?
Bro.
Okay.
I'm gonna send you that video so you can watch it.
Yeah, let me check it out.
But his like he was quarterback coach with Tom Brady and all them back over at the Patriots. But then when he took on like I think he was like GM over there for a little bit.
Yeah.
Or something. I mean, he put together the roster that ultimately ended up winning them a bunch of championships.
Oh, absolutely.
And
he was very
and I already knew that about Caserio.
Yeah.
I already knew that about Caserio, but I knew it sort of as like a just a trivial fact, right? Like it's like, oh yeah, well of course he was, but then when you start thinking about it, like you really start thinking about Caserio's pedigree. And as Kay Adams was going over Caserio's resume and everything that he has put together and everything that he's been involved in, well, no shit, we're having a lot of success on a personnel level.
Hey,
the guy is a savant, right? So all of that, but you and I know
we say it all the time, Omar. Winning a championship and winning a Super Bowl and making a deep run like that, bro, it's a team collaborative effort.
100%.
It's far beyond what's the talent that's out there on the field.
Agree. 100%.
Front office stuff, man.
Yes.
It's having the right coaches, having the right culture. Right now, we have that.
Right. We do. For the first time ever.
That's why we're sitting there talking about this shit, bro. I mean,
while we're sitting here talking about a Super Bowl run.
Bro, yes. Bobby Slowick is a football savant on the offensive side of the football. Nick Caserio is a GM, a football savant putting together a team, man. Yeah. So I'm not surprised by what you're saying.
No,
I didn't see the interview, but yeah, man, it makes sense.
I'll send it to you because I like Kay Adams. I think she asks, like, the way she asks questions and the way she phrases everything, and then the way she builds up her questions. She's a really good. She does really good work in terms of interviewing people.
I liked her on the NFL Network, man, on that show. What was it? Good Morning Football.
I never caught her there. I never caught her there. I've been a fan since I started watching the Up and Adams show.
Okay. Yeah.
But that's all great because you and I both know that our GM is one of the best in the league, and he's turned this team around completely. And in order to do that, it takes a huge amount of effort, a huge amount of intelligence, and understanding what it is that you're trying to do, and then executing, which we all know is the hardest part.
Absolutely.
However, the one thing that I took away from that great interview was Kay Adams asked him about, what's the deal with JJ Watt? What is I need you to put this to bed. Like, this is ridiculous.
Coming back.
Yeah, about him coming back.
Okay.
And he did not put it to bed. He did not put it to bed. He was like, look, JJ has an open door. That's something that you guys got to talk to D'Amico about. And it's like, no, motherfucker, we're talking to you. You are the GM, sir. If this is gonna happen, it's gonna be you. It's gonna be you have to make. And then he's like, oh, and he's just like very not like, if there was zero like chance, right? Like if there was nothing, like there's just no way in hell, right? Like,
yeah,
that would have been the time for Caserio to go, come on, guys, like, really, like, JJ's you know what I mean? He did not put it to bed. And then Kay, being the great interviewer that she is, she goes, Nick, I'm giving you an opportunity to put this to bed. Put it to bed. And he's like, I won't. And I was like, what is going on here? What? Like, could we really see this happen?
Man, it would be nuts, bro. But Omar, if you're the GM of any team, if you're the GM of the Houston Texans,
right?
Are you gonna tell JJ Watt no?
Of course not.
No. Yeah, so it's like that's the position that he's in. Like, you're not gonna tell a first ballot Hall of Famer who's like rep the city, done more for the city than any like civilian had, bro. Nah.
But to me that would have been an opportunity for Nick to go, guys, I love JJ as much as the next Texans person. He's done so much for the city of Houston. He is our boy. He is our guy. We love JJ. But JJ's having a great time with his wife and his children. He owns a soccer team. He's doing all these amazing things. JJ he just doesn't have time for this kind of stuff. Like that would have been the time for him to do that, but he didn't.
If it was really a wrap, it would be a wrap, but it's not.
Yes. And the fact that JJ continues to be in shape and staying in shape.
Yeah.
Is also the thing that's kind of odd about all of that. But anyway, I sidetracked us there a little bit, but when you mentioned,
no, you good, bro. Let's keep it on it. Like, talk about player comebacks, man. Somebody else that finally spoke on their issue was Tank Dell. Like, bro, it was like we talked about, bro. It was amazing from that very first Instagram video that he posted of himself running,
and
we were hyped, because it's like we all heard about the shooting, dude. Be honest with me, Omar. When you first saw the headline that said Tank Dell has been shot, what was your first reaction? What was your initial thought, bro? Like, be real. Be real. Was it like, oh my God, I feel so sorry for the human being that is Tank Dell? Or were you like, God damn, can this
motherfucker because you and I know what time it is, right? It's like, and if you think about it, I'll answer
the coach, like the coach on Varsity Blues. Can he play?
That's right. How bad is it? How bad is it? What we talking?
Can he play?
Yeah, flesh wound. Was it clean in and out? Could he play?
Playing a pool full of blood.
No, you want to know what my initial reaction was? Is the Rob Schneider from Waterboy? He's like, oh no, we suck again. that was the initial reaction.
Oh man, but what was that movie? I think it was. I know it was Varsity Blues, but I think it was another stupid movie that they were spoofing. That movie.
I know about.
And the dude was like laid out with a concussion, could barely walk. He was like, "Can he play?" They like kicked the dude to the line.
They're like holding him up.
Yeah,
Weekend at Bernie style. No, but when I first saw that headline, I was like, oh man, my initial thought was, man, hanging out with his boys. He went back to the hood maybe, and hanging out with 100%. The wrong people, hanging out with the wrong boy. So the way that he talks about it was, and he was just recently on $1 Million Worth of Game podcast, which if you don't know, that's Gilly and Wallow's podcast.
Yeah.
Great podcast. I've been listening to Gilly for years. So I always knew he had that kind of a personality where he was doing those. Well, I've been watching him since he was doing those $1 Million Worth of Game on Instagram, where he would do those quick little drops of like little gems of knowledge and stuff like that. Anyway,
gotta start somewhere, man.
Hey man, he turned that into a multi-million-dollar empire. That's good. But he was on their podcast recently, and the way he described it was, he's like, man, I wasn't even. I was going home to see my mom.
Yeah,
like that's it. Like that's all I was gonna do. And then my boys found out I was in town, and they invited me out to this pool party. Yeah. And I was like, look, I can't just go just anywhere, right? Like I can't just go hang out. And they're like, no, it's not like that. We have security here. They're checking everybody at the door. It's not even like that. It's real chill. Just pull up, come hang out with us. We'd love to see you. And it was his boys. So naturally he was like, you know what? Okay, if I am going to go, this is going to be the type of situation that I need, that I would need in order for it to be okay for me to go. And so he went, and then it just completely wrong place at the wrong time. He actually tried to remove himself from the situation, not knowing that he was actually putting himself right in the middle of these two rival folks that were feuding at the time. And then again, just wrong place at the wrong time, right? And so, but fortunately for us, he's good, and he's out there balling, doing his thing. I saw some absolute beautiful catches that he was making. Man, there was one play in particular that he was just like running, like it was like a cross route where he just seemed to just like stop and float in the air and just make his catch.
His body control is nuts.
Insane. He was full speed, crazy, full stride, stops on a dime to jump, turns his whole body around, catches the ball, and just kind of in the air. I don't know, man. The kid's
great.
Amazing. He's amazing.
He's great. Dude, they had some videos come out from OTAs, like formations that they could possibly run. Tank running the motion, coming across the formation, bro. Imagine the stress that shit will put on defenses. That's a nightmare. Just even think about Tank Dell running in motion. You gotta prepare for a possible jet screen with Tank Dell, knowing that you got Steph probably in the slot. You got Nico on the outside. You got Mixon who can come, bro. It's like, Mixon could run up the gut. Dalton, I mean,
Mixon was another one that was catching some really nice, just really nice catches out of the backfield.
Bro, he's a ball catcher, bro.
I saw him on two separate plays in particular. One where they were running like this little dump screen to the right side, where he just, CJ just caught him in perfect stride, where he didn't even have to he almost was just running with his hands out, and it just landed. It was beautiful.
Bro, CJ, his ball placement is so crazy. He might as well just hand you the fucking
ball. Exactly.
It's
almost like he freeze frames everything and then walks over and puts the ball exactly where he needs to be, and then comes
right in the breadbasket.
Just right in the breadbasket.
It's insane, man. Nah, so as a Madden player, just thinking about all these different formations, all these different possibilities, I'm getting a headache thinking about it, man. And like I say, I'm like thinking about a bullshit video game. Real defensive coordinators out there gotta be losing sleep already. They know the Texans on the schedule. They got to be thinking, how are we gonna match up with these fellas? It's gonna be hard, bro.
It's definitely not a matchup that I'd be looking forward to if I was a defensive coordinator. No. That's for damn sure. Because you got to pick your poison.
You got to pick your poison. When you got CJ Stroud at the helm, that just makes it all the worse for the defense, man.
Right.
Speaking of CJ, has CJ been talking a little bit too much? Now, obviously, you love a confident quarterback. You love a confident young guy. But has he been talking a little bit too much, Omar? Has he been running his mouth a little bit too much?
So I'm all for it, right? I love a young, confident quarterback, especially off of the year that he's coming off of, right? The performance that he put up last year was extraordinary. It was historical.
Yes.
It was a historic rookie quarterback season for him to come in the way that he did and play the way that he did, lead the team the way that he led the team. Let's not forget about that, right? Quarterback play is one thing, right? But he became the leader of that team. That's what you expect your quarterbacks to do.
Well, that's what you want. Well, yes, it is what you expect.
You hope that the quarterback is sort of the catalyst for everybody else to sort of dig deep and pull out the best of themselves out of themselves, right? He has to inspire that type of, he has to create that go to war type of mentality within his guys, right? That they're willing to do anything for him.
You think Caleb Williams over there is still in that type of?
I don't know, man. They might all be getting Manny Petties. I don't know.
Taking them to the spot.
He's taking them to the spot. I don't know. Maybe that's. Hey, listen, man. If that's how they team bond over in Chicago, who am I to? You know what I mean?
We're not hating. Right? We not hating. Right? All right. I don't need the sassy soldiers on us this week. All right. It's all good.
We'll find out, right? We'll find out. We'll see what he's all about. So far, he had a bad week 1 in OTAs, and then apparently the second week he kind of picked it up a little bit.
Yeah, I saw it. So media coverage on his bad week wasn't all that hyped up, but when he came out and was picked it up and was balling out, they're like, Caleb Williams, he's gonna be great. The Bears are gonna be, we'll see.
But I like that a quarterback is out there confident in what his team can do. He's obviously, it's not like he's a rookie quarterback talking smack, right? He's a second-year quarterback coming off of a historic season.
Yeah.
And he's just talking to what he feels and what he believes his team can and will do, right? And the fact that they've done it already 1 year, then I feel good about what he's saying, right?
Yeah.
So I don't mind any of that. I don't mind him saying that his team is going to be great. But there's a lot of people out there that are like, well, okay, he's not only just saying that, but like he's ranking quarterbacks already, right? Like
this was interesting.
So he was on, I think it was Pat McAfee's show where he was talking about that. He was talking about Aaron Rodgers, right? Like that Aaron Rodgers gets to the halfway to the promised land and then just tanks, right?
Yeah.
And so he made some comment about comparing him to like Matt Stafford, saying like if Matt Stafford would have had the teams that Aaron Rodgers had, that he would have taken them all the way, kind of thing. And so just like, all right, I mean, you're well entitled to have your opinion. That's great. And maybe, I don't know. I think
part of it is, but he's become a media darling, right?
Yes,
because he has such an amazing year. Everybody have a camera up in his face, bro. If somebody constantly put a camera in my face, that would be the craziest week ever, because I would say some of the wildest shit imaginable. The more you put a camera in my face, the more possibility for some wild shit to be said. So I almost got to give CJ props, because he uses himself pretty well for the most part. So for us the highest criticism of him right now for us to have is that, we're like, is he talking a little bit too much? Giving him criticism for saying things about other quarterbacks and breaking himself amongst these guys. Hey, it might not be too bad, right?
Who dubbed Aaron Rodgers as like this untouchable like quarterback that you can't say anything about? Like
probably him. He thinks very highly of himself. Bro.
He does. He does. But at the same time, it's like, I don't even know if Aaron Rodgers is upset at what CJ said. Like,
why would he care?
He's probably high off mushrooms somewhere, barefoot,
right. Especially right now. Yeah, in the off season.
Aaron Rodgers microdoses.
Bro, dog, imagine all of the idiosyncrasies of all of these quarterbacks, the way that they team bond. Aaron Rodgers got all of the Jets players out there in Costa Rica getting the high ayahuasca and shit. Caleb Williams doing the Medi Petties and massages and all kind of stuff. Lamar Jackson probably got like his guys in a echo smoke chamber.
That's how they and then that's
how Mahomes is doing puppet shows and shit somewhere.
That's how they develop like these off the wall plays and stuff. Like, oh yeah, man, dang, Aaron, where'd you come up with that one? Man, we were in Costa Rica. I was high off ayahuasca. I saw a rabbit. And he ran that route, and I was like, "Wow, that's an awesome route. Maybe we should throw that in there."
Yeah. That needs to be the next Netflix documentary, man. The
Aaron Rodgers
off-season quarterback bonding. Yeah, just do one on Aaron Rodgers, bro.
Just do one on Aaron Rodgers. Yeah. I would pay to see that. That would be awesome,
bro. This dude he's interesting, but he is very like Hollywood, like high on himself, man. He thinks that. And I'm not. I like Aaron Rodgers. Don't get me wrong.
Right.
But it is something a little annoying that he's like, he thinks that everyone cares about everything that he has to say on like every topic. It's like, as a quarterback, bro, we don't need to know your political stances and how you feel about.
That reminds me of that line from Dave Chappelle's comedy special where he's like when 9/11 happened and he's like, let's talk to Ja Rule and see what Ja Rule thinks. He's like, man, I don't know what fucking Ja Rule thinks. I'm scared right now, man.
Yo, bro, seriously.
Who gives a fuck what Ja Rule thinks right now? That's how I was doing. Man, who cares about what Aaron Rodgers says right now? Go play football, man. Let's go.
Go play football, bro.
I don't want to dance. I'm scared to death. Dave Chappelle's the best, man.
Oh, he's a goat. He's a goat. But
I don't think you can ever talk too much. I'll wrap it up with that. I don't think you can ever talk too much. And I think if you get out there and you perform, because Pat McAfee asked JJ Watt when they were doing that ice bath interview thing, what he thought. And JJ basically said the same thing. It's like, hey, when we were on our run, I was out there talking shit. Yeah. And we were backing it up.
We could back it up. That's all that matters.
Nobody says anything. You don't back it up though.
Yeah.
They're gonna come after you.
It's gonna be rough. Yeah. I don't remember exactly what CJ's rankings were, because he did get into ranking like the top 5 best quarterbacks of last season. And he had to make that clear. He was talking about the 2023 season in particular, not like overall, because somebody called him out. They were like, I think it was on the same podcast you was talking about on the Gillian Wallow. I think he was talking to them, and they were like, "Dog, you ain't got Joe Burrow in there." I think he had Dak at like number 5. They must be some Cowboy haters just like me, because they they didn't understand why he had Dak on the list. But he gave Dak some praise. But I want to say, correct me if I'm wrong, Omar. He listed himself as the number 3.
Yeah, he did.
Top quarterback of last season, with only Mahomes and maybe Lamar ahead of him, man.
Yeah, Lamar. Yeah, Mahomes and Lamar. And before OTAs came out, and like as we were coming out of the draft, there's a 24-hour news media cycle, right? Everybody's got to have something to talk about. And there was some people that were like, you know what? That's like putting them 3 is not crazy.
It's not
crazy.
Omar, if he wouldn't have got hurt, he was in an MVP conversation until that Jets game. Now he played the majority of the Jets game and had his worst game, of the year.
Right.
Just terrible turf, terrible weather. It was just a bad game.
Right.
And then unfortunately he got hurt and missed the next 2 games, but he was supplanted right in the mix in the MVP conversation up until that game. That's nuts for a rookie quarterback, bro.
Yeah, I mean, like, are you gonna put Josh Allen ahead of him?
Maybe. No.
You could, but that's what I'm saying though. My point is, obviously Patrick Mahomes,
not last year,
and Lamar Jackson, right? Like those are the 2 ones that you would go. All right, you could almost probably say yes, absolutely. And I think CJ put himself at 3 behind both of those guys. And then after that, it's like Burrow, Allen, and like that. Like, so Burrow.
So he specifically said Burrow wasn't on the top 5 list because he was hurt. And he was specifically talking about the 2023 season, right? So Burrow did miss a lot of time. That's why he was saying, like,
okay.
He don't want to put him on the list. And he was saying he gave him props. He said he modeled his game after Joe Burrow. Yeah. So he was complimentary of him.
Yeah. And that's the other thing too, is that these like when they put together these headlines, right? Like these headlines, they got to come out there, right? There's like they got to be tantalizing. You have to want to click on them, and they're kind of clickbaity a little bit.
Yeah.
But then if you watch the entirety of the interview, because they're going to clip out the one little thing that's going to serve.
Bro, that's the world.
Right.
That's the world we live in.
But like back to the Aaron Rodgers thing, right? Like if you watch that entire interview, like he was extremely complimentary of Aaron Rodgers, right?
Yeah.
And he made that comment about Matt Stafford and if had he been in Aaron Rodgers' shoes, he probably could have done more, this, that, and the other.
Yeah.
And then, but like if you take it into the whole context of the conversation, like everything that was said, right? And it's much of the same way. Like I just read the headline. You obviously listened to it a little bit more.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, how is he? What is he talking about? It's like, okay, 2023.
Yeah.
Right. The way that they played in 2023, then yeah, you can absolutely make an argument that he was top 5 and maybe even top 3.
Absolutely. Yeah, I'm not mad at it. I mean, I think it's a very accurate ranking, a very accurate placement of the way he played amongst his constituents, for that particular year. But yeah, no, you're right. Headline porn rules the day in,
for sure.
in 2024, man. That's what the world is about, man.
I mean, I'm sure you're gonna come up with a great headline for this episode, as you always
do.
Yeah,
bro, we're gonna have people clicking on this shit thinking that it's one thing, and then they're gonna see us just sitting here talking shit.
The old switcheroo, the old bait and click.
Nah, we don't do that. You get exactly what you
really
for here on Bull Run Sports. Please hit that subscribe button and like.
Yeah, hit the subscribe button. Hit the notification bell. Make sure you leave a comment. Thank you, guys. Man. Tank Dell. So far we got Tank Dell, Lassiter, obviously, Diggs coming out and doing great at the OTAs. And then obviously CJ Stroud's dropping dimes left and right. And
it's a fun team.
I just don't think he's talking too much, man. I love it. Confidence rules the world, and go get it, young man. Go get it.
Rumble, young man, rumble. Shit up. Rumble, yes. Back that shit up, man. Get out there and ball out, brother.
I just need to see JJ Watt in the jersey next year. Fucking hell, man.
Yeah, I want to see him in one of them new ones, man. So speaking of, check this out, bro. My birthday just passed earlier this week. My brother from another mother, Kev, hooked me up with the new.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, shout out to my boy
there you
KC,
go.
Kevin Channel.
Wait a second. You got that embroidered. Hold the
check it out. Check
Wait
it
a
out.
minute. Okay,
yes,
I need to get hooked up. I need to get hooked up with the same people that did that for you.
Yes, sir. So, like I say, shout out to KC, man. Me and him run the After the Hype podcast. You check that out, man. We talk about movies and shows, content, all the Marvel superhero stuff, man. So he got this for your boy for my birthday, man. As you can see, this is the exact logo, the exact font of everything that we're doing here. He's very supportive of the channel, man. So I really appreciate it. Omar, it got me thinking, man. This shit is fly, bro. Yeah, I really like the way this came out.
That does look good.
He may have gave us some pre-merchandising
merch ideas.
Some merch ideas, man.
I love it, man. I need to look up because I really like the helmets. The helmet that has that one big H on the side, and I need to add it to the decor over here.
Absolutely.
So I need to pick one up. So I have my on air sitting on my Mandalorian helmet right there.
Oh yeah.
I think I need to replace that with a Texans helmet and move that Mando helmet somewhere else.
So look, I haven't touched on this just quite yet. I got a couple of now we talked about our goals. We have lofty goals, just like the Houston Texans do for the Super Bowl run, for the Bull run.
That's right.
I have 2 helmets sitting behind me. These are 100% authentic Texans helmets worn by the players. One of them signed by future Hall of Famer that's going to be crowned here this year in a couple months. Andre Johnson.
Yeah.
Andre Johnson. The other one, our current coach of the Houston Texans, DeMeco Ryans. Now, the reason I'm hyping this up, Omar, is because we're going to be doing giveaways. We're going to be doing things on this channel, man. We're going to have different contests, different stuff for people to get in on. You can get yourself one of these helmets, man. Now, I'm very keen on these helmets. I'm very proud to have these things. But when we do certain things, I am willing to part with them, all right? So in order to get up on that, in order to get yourself pre-qualified for that, hit that subscribe button, all right? Hit the like button, comment, engage with us, man. This is a community, all right? You know, obviously, we love the people that have been engaging with us, man. Everything has been so authentic so far. Yeah. It's been a lot of fun, man. We know a lot of people in the city, even outside of the city, man. If you rooting for the Texans right now, if you're an ex-Dallas Cowboys fan and you coming over to this side of 45 and you're like, look, I believe in this team more, extra welcome to you. I want you to give. I definitely want you to
sound off. We want to know who you are.
I might send you the helmet right now. Just for you switching your loyalties, all right? But nah, man, on the real.
On this one right here, I got our coach's autograph on that football right there. But we got his autograph, me and my wife, we got his autograph back when he was a player. So
hell yeah.
Good.
Hell yeah, man. Omar, this gonna be a fun season, man. I do want to say I am very excited that you are back with us in the land of the living.
Yes,
my brother. You know, so
speaking of your birthday, I missed your birthday actually.
Oh man, you know, you had good reason to miss it. You had good reason to miss it, my brother.
I was laid up in the hospital for a few days. I had emergency surgery. That's kind of why we've been kind of MIA for the last couple of days. So yeah, it was I don't want to say it. I mean, it wasn't anything crazy. It was like gallbladder surgery. I had to have my gallbladder removed and all kinds of crap. So
emergency C-section.
So I got the scars to prove it. You know what sucks, man, is that they did it. They did it laparoscopically with all the things where they don't go in there and actually like cut you open. I kind of wish they would have done that though. That means I would have only had one incision to worry about, instead of having like 5 of them to worry about. That's kind of a pain in the ass, but
yeah, you can't wear your 2-piece to the beach no more.
Right. No, I can't. And that's so sad because that's that's what all the weight loss was about. I was trying to get beach ready for my 2-piece, and now I have these hideous scars, and I can't.
You hiding the real fact that you actually went and got a BBL, but it's all good.
I went and got my abs etched. I went and got liposuction and got my abs etched. That's a
good excuse. That's a good excuse, man. Like it'll be like, oh man, emergency. Like,
did you though? Did you though? Why are you so cut up now? What? Yeah.
Oh man.
That'd be hilarious. I wish that was the case, man. That was the first thing I asked the doctor when he was like, "Hey man, we gotta take your gallbladder out." I was like, "How much does that weigh?" And he's like, "Oh, it's tiny." I'm like, "Fuck, all right." So no real weight loss I'm gonna get from that. It's like, no, you'll be fine. But
not too much added benefit on the weight, huh?
Yeah, no, not really, man.
But what was interesting, Omar, is you were telling me that when people have that condition, it's usually caused by dramatic weight loss.
Yeah. So that's kind of one of the triggers, is that apparently if you lose, because I've lost, I think it's like close to like 45 pounds over like I've done it over like the last year roughly, which is kind of
and authentic, like working your ass off. Shout out to you, man. Just grinding, you know what I'm saying?
Right. Just gym and just eating right. And I think that's what throws everything off, right? Is that your body's going, well, wait a second, we were processing a whole lot of shitty foods, and then now all of a sudden we're not processing shitty foods, and we don't really know what you're trying to do here, so we're just going to declare war on your body. So, and that's kind of what happened.
That's a tough consequence for doing the right thing.
Yeah,
that's what sucks.
But it's just like anything else, right? It's like if you treat your body like shit for a very long time, and then you make the changes, like there's lasting effects that like. Luckily for me, that's the worst of my lasting effects, is that I messed up my gallbladder. It's like, well, you don't really need that. You just chop it up and get it out of there.
Facts.
But yeah, man, it was tough for a couple of days there, but luckily I got it taken care of when I needed to get it taken care of. And
was your surgeon a dude?
Yeah, he was Dr. Singh out here in Houston. Shout out to Dr. Singh. That dude got in there.
You had a dude up inside you.
Oh, I had a dude. No. I didn't have him inside me. I had his equipment inside me, which was yeah. So I'm not sure if that's even worse or even better, but either way it goes.
All up in your guts.
All up in my guts. I had Dr. Singh all up in my guts. So yeah, that was good.
No Diddy.
No Diddy. Yeah, no Diddy. But no, yeah, man. And I appreciate you checking up on me, man. I know when I was like really out of it, Martha was, letting me know all the folks that were calling in and checking up on us and making sure.
Yeah, man. Shout out to your wife, man. And obviously, it was a very scary moment, man. We just try to make light of what was a scary moment.
What did you tell me that like you called me to like talk some shit, and like you were like you're calling my number and you're like fully ready to like just do the normal shit talking that we do on the day, like what's up, and then all of a sudden you're like, what?
I heard your wife's voice. Like it was you popped up on the phone, so it's like, oh, this the homie right here. It's like, yo, what's up, my
Yeah.
And when I heard her voice, it like that's such a dramatic switch up. It's like, oh fuck, something's
up. Yeah,
this is not good.
Little did you know, I was like laying in the hospital, just completely doped up on morphine.
Bro, you got it. And like I say, man, in these moments, bro, one of our mutual friends had a situation. He had a very dramatic procedure that he went through at one point in time.
Right.
He was laid up in the hospital. He took a selfie of himself, all the tubes and stuff, laying up in the hospital or whatever. Send it to the group text trying to garner, I guess, sympathy, like letting us know what's going on. I did a Photoshop of my dude. I was like, yo, for 33 cents a day, you can send it to this nigga right now.
But he should have known better.
You should have known better, bro. Come on, man.
Come on, man. First thing we're going to do, are you all right? Okay, you're all right. All right, good. Here we go.
You good, right? You can take a selfie. You good, bro. Hey, laughter is the best medicine, man.
It really is.
Laughter is the best medicine. So, man, that's what your boys are for. That's what your people are for.
I'm 90%. We're on the mend. I got my follow-ups next week. and hopefully we'll get a good clean bill of health, and we'll keep this thing going, man, on this Texans Super Bowl run. So
I was scared for you, bro. I mean, dog. We've
Can
been
you
waiting
imagine?
23 years for the Texans to finally have a team that we confident, like, we're going to the Super Bowl. You would have went out right before the season, like, this one for Omar.
My wife was like, out of all the shit you've been through in your entire life, for a goddamn gallbladder be the thing to take you out, that would suck.
Yeah,
man. yeah, that's true. That would definitely not be the most gangster way to go out. Like, I always thought I was gonna go out in a blaze of glory, and then it's like, nope, gallbladder. Good stuff, man. Good stuff.
Yes, sir, man. We're glad we're back rocking and rolling, though, man.
Yeah, for sure.
That's why we've been on a hiatus, man. We can't do this thing without Omar, man. We're glad that my boy is back in good health, getting that recovery going on, man. So obviously, look, we're gonna be here rocking with y'all all season, man. We're not flaking out on y'all. So we will be here. With that being said, y'all know what to do. We've mentioned it already. Hit the subscribe button, like this video, comment. Let's get this thing rolling.
Share it.
Share it, baby. Let your friends know, man. These silly ass niggas got this Texans podcast, and it's pretty damn good.
Crazy, mama. Yeah, man. Follow you again, dude. You know, the clips that you put up on Bull Run Sports on Instagram. If you're not already following, please follow Bull Run Sports on Instagram. Share the clips, share the videos. We appreciate all that, because that's just bringing more folks into the fold, man, and having everybody jump along with us on this ride, man, because we're definitely going to the Super Bowl this year.
Bull Run, baby. Comment if y'all like these hats, man.
Yeah.
Want to see something like this on some shirts, some hats, or something.
We need to do something.
We'll do this thing, man. We'll do this thing. And like I say, shout out to my boy KC. He might have got something really going right now. Like a good idea going, man.
I'm gonna jump on right now and order a few hats, and then I need to find out who did that embroidery for you, because we gotta send that off. I need that.
We'll holler at my boy. Man. So yeah, Bull Run. Let's make this a thing. Comment Bull Run. That's what this thing is. That's what this Super Bowl run is. We the Bulls, baby. It's Toro. It's Bulls on parade. And this is the Bull Run, man. We're making a full Bull Run to the Super Bowl, going to New Orleans, I think it is, right, Omar?
Is it New Orleans this year? I think it is.
In New Orleans, baby.
So we got Mercedes Dome.
We just got to hit up our 10, man. We'll be out there. So let's go.
2024 Super Bowl. Let me see. Yeah, I think you're right. It is going to be played 2024. No. So it's going to be what? The 2025 Super Bowl?
Yeah.
Los Angeles, SoFi Stadium.
Los Angeles. Really? What the hell? I thought it was New Orleans.
You might be.
I could be wrong. Y'all hit us up.
Oh, you're right. Super Bowl, February 5th, 2020, February 9th, 2025, Super Bowl, New Orleans. Oh, it's the Caesars Superdome now. It's not Mercedes Superdome anymore.
Oh yeah, facts. Is there a more fun city, bro? Is there a more fun city in the US?
I spent a lot of time in Louisiana, man. I love Louisiana.
I mean, you probably got something. That's probably how you got the gallbladder shit.
Probably
out there hanging out in New Orleans.
Probably. I wouldn't doubt it.
Zion and shit.
Yeah, probably. I wouldn't doubt it.
Big back.
Thank you guys for watching, as always, man. We appreciate y'all. Catch y'all on the next one. Love y'all.
Love y'all. Peace.